the chat. Just say hello to someone you've never even met before. Just introduce yourself to someone. This is Lev.
We've officially declared that is not creepy tonight. That is actually in the spirit of Shabbat Together tonight.
Right, usually. Right.
Wow, 81 participants already.
That's right.
Shabbat Together Sameach. Exactly.
Right.
Well said, Rachel. Well said.
Rachel, I like that. We should call her Rachel.
No, we should not.
Little Rachel. No, it's like, so we can't. I say
Future Rabbi.
Cantor Goldman is what I say.
I don't know if I'm on or not.
I love it.
You're on, Pearl.
You're totally on.
Totally on.
So cute.
Nice. I'm gonna.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi.
Amy, that's not Jesse. It's Lev.
I don't know.
Hi, Bo.
I told you they just look so much alike.
They
That's
do look
so
alike.
crazy. Okay, hi, Lev. Sorry. I'm always happy to see you.
So this guy's got.
Hi, Shabbat Shalom, Nathan Goodman.
Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, Margie Richards.
You look so sad.
I saw another one. There's a number.
Steve is right next to me. You can't see him?
My son changed the page.
Steve is right here.
Try something.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Rabbi.
We're going to encourage, if you are appropriately dressed and your camera is off, we would love to see your smiling faces.
And figure out how to change our name.
I was thinking.
What is
Even though.
She's got my name.
We'd love to see your smiling faces.
Good job, Stephen's family. It's good to see Barbara and
Many people are on.
Ed. Good to see you guys.
So nice to see everyone, and we're going to get started in just a minute.
That's okay. I don't have to see everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, handlers.
there. You want to see Shauna?
Where is she?
Don't call me.
Shabbat Shalom, Serna Glasser.
Where
I'll get
am
it
I?
out.
Where are we? Oh, there we
Hi,
are.
Mom.
We're in the corner.
Mother, I'm here
Where? Wait.
somewhere. One of the boxes.
There.
He's
Down the corner.
We are going to
Here, Pearl, here you go.
Oh,
There you go, girl.
we're going to mute everybody so we can start the.
Thank you.
Home okay?
We're going to
Did you
mute
change
everybody.
the-
Hi, Sean. And we're going to turn things over to our cantors.
Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Oh, what goodness there is here as we sit together, all of us brothers and sisters, our three communities so close, joining together in prayer tonight. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is to be together as one in love, joy, and laughter. How good it is to be in this moment together. Kulanu beyachad. Sing with me, sing to your heart's content. You're muted anyway, so sing out nice and loud. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam be together. How good it is to be together. Together as one in love, joy, and laughter. How good it is to be in this moment together. Kulanu beyachad. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And indeed, how great it is for all of us to be together. I look forward to every Shabbat where we can come together as a South Bay community, Temple Beth El, Temple Menorah, Congregation Ner Tamid. What a blessing it is to be able to welcome in this day of rest, this day of rejuvenation, surrounded by friends near and far. And so tonight we will begin our service by inviting our phenomenal temple presidents to lead us in the blessing, the lighting over the candles. So I'd like to call upon Warren Sterling from Congregation Ner Tamid, Cliff Newmark from Menorah, Marla Schwartz, and Linda Rubin from Temple Beth El to lead us in this blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you to our leaders for allowing us to be together tonight.
Cantor Goldman, this is your turn.
So we're going to use a different Shalom
Shalom.
Aleichem. We're going to go ahead and invoke the angels. Invoke the angels this evening. And everybody just close your eyes, take a deep breath. It's great to be together tonight. And let's bring some angels here together with us as we sing Shalom Aleichem together. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Baruch Hu. La 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 HaKadosh
So beautiful. So beautiful. We sing those words as we prepare to welcome Shabbat week after week after week. But there's a challenge in those words. And the challenge in those words is that Shabbat doesn't happen by itself. Sure, the clock turns, the calendar turns, the sun sets, but to make Shabbat takes work. That's what Shalom Aleichem teaches us. Maybe we've done the work of preparing our homes, but more than that, we need to prepare ourselves to embrace the potential that Shabbat has to hold. And so Shalom Aleichem challenges us. And Kabbalat Shabbat, the words of the psalmist into Lachad Odi, these are the words that allow us to make a bridge from this week that is ending, whatever it brought. Excitement, disappointment, happiness, joy, sorrow, pain, healing. We all come together for the shared task of welcoming Shabbat, even though every one of us had a week that was something different. But to step from the week into Shabbat is not only a challenge for us in this day, but it's always been a challenge. And so the sages wisely gave us the gift of music to help us enter into Shabbat. And so let's continue with the words of the psalmist to help us make that bridge, to embrace Shabbat, to make sure that we have done the work to be ready to welcome it.
Let us sing unto God, sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God, sing unto God a new song. Lie, 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 lie. Sing
Lehadodi likrat kalai yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lehadodi likrat kalai yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor vezachor bedibur echad Hishmiyanu el hameyuchad Adonai echad ushmo echad L'shem ultiferet velitila.
Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, kiva orech kumi uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayach nigla.
Lecha dodi likrat kalai yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Boi veshalom ateret bala גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת קלה יללי יללי לללי פני שבת נקבלה.
לך דודי לקראת קלה יללי 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 פני שבת נקבלה.
לך דודי לקראת קלה יללי 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 פני שבת nekabela.
Ilan, you're muted.
We continue as we call ourselves to prayer with these words of Baruch Hu. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
A blessing for creation. Have you ever seen anything in your life more wonderful than the sun? Every evening, relaxed and easy, floats towards the horizon. and into the clouds or the hills or the ruffled sea and is gone, and how it slides again out of the blackness every morning on the other side.
I'll
of the
mute
world.
me. My
Correct.
picture isn't here, which is
Streaming upward on say on a morning in the early summer at its perfect imperial distance. And have you ever felt for anything such wild love? Do you think there is anywhere in any language a word billowing enough for the pleasure that fills you as the sun reaches out, as it warms you, as you stand there empty-handed? Or have you too turned from this world? Or have you too gone crazy for power, for things? The capacity of creation, which that beautiful poem encapsulates, is a reminder to us not only of God's creative capacity, but the import of us serving as partners with God, that God created the world, that God set the sun in its place in the heavens, but it's upon us to allow it to shine throughout this world. May we be partners in that creative enterprise. Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim.
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נעשייה בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, נגע יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשתם לאות על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
This was a historic week. 2 days after we honored Martin Luther King Jr., we witnessed the inauguration of the second ever Catholic president, the first Black, the first South Asian, the first female vice president. As my children 8 and 9 watched, my eyes welled up. And I realized it had less to do with politics than appreciation for the fact that they would grow up at a time of diversity and leadership, a time when the Senate confirmed the first female director of national intelligence and the first Black leader of the Pentagon in US history. This is a time when our Congress is more diverse than ever before, with record numbers of women, LGBTQ people, Native Americans, and other racial minorities. On Wednesday, Poet Laureate Amanda Gorman called us the successors of a country and a time where a skinny Black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president. These are dreams once seemed impossible to achieve, and while there is work to do, we celebrate what has been accomplished already. We are striving to forge a union with purpose, Amanda Gorman continued, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. In Egypt long ago, we overcame hate and oppression, but we did not only climb the hill, we crossed the Red Sea that led us toward the promised land. We internalized Gorman's message that our identity is more than the pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it. And so we march forward one step at a time, each doing our part, partners in creating a nation that celebrates diversity, that prides itself on love and compassion, a country of unity in which all are truly free.
Mi
Yasher koach.
Wow, to follow that. We'll continue now with Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom V'ha'amidenu Malkeinu Lechaim Ufros aleinu sukkah shelomecha V'taknenu be'etzah tova milfanecha V'chosheinu למען שמך השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים והגן בעדנו והסר מעלינו אויב דבר וחרב ורעב ויגון ובצל כנפיך תסתירנו השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים ירושלים ירושלים
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם חיתולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם חיתולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם חיתולם. ושמרו בני
Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ufi Yagid
Let us continue tonight with a silent Amidah. We each find our own tefillah and we offer it.
אלוהי נצור לשוני מרע, ושפתי מדבר מרמה. אלים כללי נפשי תדום, ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי, אלוהי נצור לשוני מרע, ושפתי מדבר מרמה. אלים כללי נפשי תדום, ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי, אלוהי נצור לשוני מרע, ושפתי מדבר מרמה. אלים כללי נפשי תדום, ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי, אלוהי. פתח ליבי, פתח ליבי, בתורתך. נצור לשוני מרע, ושפתי מדבר מרמה. אלים כללי נפשי תדום, ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי, אלוהי נצור לשוני מרע, ושפתי מדבר מרמה. אלים כללי נפשי תדום, ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי, אלוהי. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והניון ליבי לפניך, אדוני, אדוני, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי
What incredible and beautiful music. What a gift. I want to talk about the greatest miracle that ever was. And you'd think that I'm referring to the great miracle that's in this week's Torah portion, which is cherished by people throughout the world. It's the story of the blessing of freedom, the miracle of our deliverance from Egypt, where right triumphs over might. But actually, I don't think that act, that journey from darkness to light, is even the biggest miracle that occurs in our Torah portion. The biggest miracle, something that I find truly moving, is something subtle and easily overlooked. You see, as the Israelites leave Egypt on their beginnings of their journey from slavery to freedom, the Torah makes a spectacular claim. The Torah says, a mixed multitude, which means like a whole bunch of different kinds of people, Egyptians, Africans, and others. All of these people went up with them, went up with the Israelites. V'gam erev rav ala itam. A mixed multitude, I love that word, a mixed multitude of people went up with them. And here's the miracle in that, the miracle of the mixed multitude. After generations of oppression by others, after we were victimized by hate, after we were put down, maybe not despite the pain, but because of the pain, that allowed us, that allowed our ancestors not to see a you and me, but to see an us and a we, and to open their arms to the Erev Rav, to the mixed multitude. It allowed them, because of all that they had seen and experienced and the bitterness that they felt in Egypt, to welcome in the oppressed, to welcome in those who were on the margins of society, and to journey together, not as a you and not as an other, but as a we. And as we begin this new chapter in our country, my hope and prayer is that we have the strength to make a similar miracle. V'gam erev rav Allah itam. Let the beautiful mixed multitude, which is this great country of America, rise again, all together. Shabbat Shalom. And let's join together as we offer a prayer for this great country of the United States of America. But I can't see it. My eyes don't work that well. Hey, Rebecca, can you font it up a little bit there?
Do you want us to take it for you, Rabbi? We're in Erev Rav. We come together.
Oh, wait, no, I got it. Here we go. Okay, well, okay.
You got it.
I'll start. You go. I'm only going to do a sentence here. I'm like this is like me on Zoom. It's like a little too close here. A prayer for our country. Every inch of America is sacred, from sea to shining sea.
There is much to be done in our time. The sort of hard work on which God smiles because it is done for the sake of the dignity and well-being of all God's creatures. Together, let us work to preserve and make manifest the values upon which our democracy was founded.
The task of all people of faith is to call governing authorities to fulfill God's purpose of bringing about justice, mercy, and peace. Individually and as a nation, may we heed our obligations to each other as we navigate the tensions of building a just society. Rather than a politics of divisiveness, may we move our country toward a politics of empathy.
May we use our power well, so we do great things for all God's creatures, all those made b'tselem Elohim in God's image, who yearn for an equal place at America's table. If we do all this, may grace and peace be ours in abundance. May we be a beacon and a blessing to the world. And let us all say,
Amen.
Amen. In a moment, we are going to continue with Mishberach, our prayer for healing. It is, of course, a prayer for healing of body, but also a prayer for the healing of spirit, of soul, of mind. And we think of all those in our collective shared community, all of those that we know, all of those for whom the ripple effect of coming together, we share their pain, but we offer them the strength that comes when we come together and when we celebrate the joy of worship, of Shabbat, and of community. And so tonight, as we prepare for Misha Berach, I want to ask that if there are people in your own circles of love and concern, people in your communities, people who you're thinking of on this Shabbat who are in need of a refuah shlema, complete and speedy recovery, I invite you to put all of those names. Let's fill the chat box with names, because they're not just names. They are human beings. They are souls. And each one of those souls will be lifted by our collective prayer.
Mishberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Veleah Uyevarech Virapeh Et HaCholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors Mishberach אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואימותינו שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך וירפא את החולים. In the words of Moshe Rabbeinu we pray, El na refana, El na refana, la God please heal them, El na refana, El na refana, Misheberach Avotenu Avraham, Yitzchak ויעקב, שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך וירפא את החולים. ברוך אתה אדוני רופא החולים. Blessed are you, God, whose healing presence is with all of those in need, as we all say, Amen.
We continue now and we rise if we are able to with Aleinu. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום וחשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת, אין עוד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמעו אחד.
In love, we recall those who no longer walk this earth, and we are grateful to God for the gift of their lives and for the cherished memories that never fade. This week, we as a world community continue to mourn the passing of close to 410,000 Americans who have lost their lives to COVID, and the 2 million citizens of the world who've fallen to COVID. And on this Shabbat, we also recognize loss in each of our individual synagogue communities, and therefore we'll ask Rabbi Cassie to go first, and then Rabbi Leah, and then I'll with sharing the names and yurtzites that we each are observing this Shabbat.
In the period of Shiva, we are remembering Helen Goodman, Melvid Frumis, Judith Summerstein, Marion Levine, Seymour Waterman, and Susan Goldman Shaw. Period of Shloshim, Stuart Pennick, and Barry Josephson. We're also observing yahrzeits for Jerome Abrams, Nathan Albus, Sophie Anderson, Maria Bias, Sarah Behar, Kenneth Bruner, Jean Birch, Rose Feldman Burka, Hilary Berman, Concepcion Carpio, Lillian Chernikoff, Arlene Cohen, Annie Cohn, Juanita Colson, Muriel Dickey, Phyllis Gainan, Harry Gerber, Carolyn Ginsberg, Ruben Glasser, Ethel Goldberg, Leslie Goldenberg, Galeardo Gonzalez, Celia Grove, Vivian Cohen-Gosofsky, Harry Hamburg, Virginia Herman, Laura Jacob, Frida Jacobs, Irving Jacobs, Robert Kenevin, Solomon Joel Clapman, Leo Klein, Mayor Klein, Bella Corman, Mac Kotkin, Alfred Leach, Jamie Lewin, Sidney Liebling, Isidore Leniski, Minnie Macnin, Julia Morris, Norman Moss, Edith Ostrom, David Aaron Petros, Pearl Priegel, Mark Allen Resnick, Leo Rubin, Alfredo Ripstein, Irvig D. Robbie Robinson, Marvin Ross, Libby Salk, Anne Scher, Rosalind Shore, Dorothene Shiriro, Julia Speisman, David Stein, Yetta Stein, Ruben Tepper, Randolph Traeger, Benjamin Vallon, Howard Weiss, and Amy Woolington.
Temple Menorah community on this Shabbat recalls the yahrzeits of Joe Adelsman, Louis Walter Byrne, Sylvia Birnbaum, Joseph Birkin, Trevor Blackwood, Arthur Bronner, Hannah Buchalter, Leonard Cole, Myra Diamond, Harriet Eisenstein, Seymour Engel, Alan Feldman, Joshua Freeman, Morris Glassman, Robert Gotthofer, Lawrence Green, Robert Hall, Catherine Hall, Tony Horowitz, Robert Hutchings, Shulamit Karasik, Isaac Kaufman, Meyer Klein, Esther Kuba, Bernice Korn, Esther Ladina, Bruce Levy, Abraham Al Lewis, Hyman Leiner, Isidore Lundinsky, Sam Markle, Peter Meskin, Deborah Miller, Jack Miller, Albert Morse, Pearl Rabinowitz, Jules Rappaport, Aaron Rodoff, Libby Salk, Henry Scheidt, Ria Chain Schindel, Mo Siegelman, Sarah Sofer, David Spanier, Rose Wayne, Frida M. Weinblatt, and Harry Zeid. And as well, we think of those in our community who are observing the period of Shiva or Shloshim, that first 7 or 30-day mourning period. We too remember Helen Goodman, mother of Doris Jacobson, grandmother of Jeff Jacobson, and Evie, great-grandmother of Jordana and Simon Jacobson, Zita Barr, Mel Smith, great-grandfather of Cameron and Maya Wint, Bernice Blinder, sister-in-law of Ruth and Al Blinder, Victoria Rothschild, grandmother of Don Edelman, Lynn Rothschild Allis, aunt of Don Edelman, Mary Pusateri, niece of Judy Pusateri, Jonathan Johnny Sachs, cousin of Felice, Teresa, Joey, and Renee Zuda Lucero.
And this week, we as a Ner Tamid community, we mourn the passing of Dr. Alvin Gottlieb. And to you, Pearl, and to your entire family. And I see Shauna is there. I think I saw Jonathan and maybe David as well. We say to each of you, Hamakom Yinachem Etchem B'Tok Sharei Av Leitzion V'Yerushalayim. May God grant you comfort amongst the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. And may that comfort be felt in all those beautiful memories of your father, who served the community as a doctor, as a community leader loved being Jewish, loved serving people and healing people. And most of all, Pearl, he loved you. This Shabbat, we also continue to mark the Shloshim, the 30 days since the passing of Marilyn Center, Zita Barr, Arlene Milrod, David Spanger, Sarah Berger, Stanley Kritzer, Aaron and Max Britvan, Stephen Morose, and Roger Nypris. And on this Shabbat, we mark the yahrzeit of Anna Lee Schauder, Catherine Hall, Jason Ott, Eliyahu Menashe Rubin, Myra Diamond, Florence Noah, Anna Werner, Val Pollock, Louis Rockoff, Benjamin Matthew, Charles Sherman, Donald Reese, Benjamin Edward Goldman, Harry Saslow, Beth Ann DeVita Stein, Robert Hall, Reva Marcus, Ada Searle, Jean Beaumont, Dr. Stan Welsh, Debbie Allison, Charlotte Lipton, Olga Launer-Bessis, Hyman Katz, Morris Schwartz, Alan Block, Rose Geller, Jack Yonker, Clara Orrs, Celia Marcus Sherman, Ida Nypris Cumin, Herta Dollerbrook, Martin Gilbert, Sonia Perlman, Stephen Jacob Breslow, Hyman Leiner, William Eason, Dr. Howard Finkel, Sidney Essenston, Nathan Moskowitz, Hirsch Remba, Yom Tov, Sylvia Friedel, Harris Stein, Richard Gold, Marjorie Jane Lipsky Miles, Jay Gassner, Craig Douglas Goss, Harold Shapiro, Fred Soul, and Lillian Schiffman. And I think I speak on behalf of anyone, on behalf of my rabbi and cantor colleagues. Is there anyone else here that's present here that's observing a yahrzeit or in mourning for someone that we did not mention? And if so, if you would just kindly just unmute yourself and we'll and just share the name of the person for whom you're mourning and saying Kaddish. So please join, all those of you who are in mourning or observing a yahrzeit, please join Rabbi Kale as she sanctifies God's name with the words of Mourner's Kaddish.
We say these words, of course, for everyone whose names we've said out loud, for everyone whose names we hold silently in our hearts, and for all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. Let's join together. Yit Kadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Ve'amad divrach herotei ve'amlich malchutei. B'chayachon u'vyomechon. U'b'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael. Ba'gala u'bizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mivarach Le'olam Olamei Almaya. Yit Barach V'yishtabach V'yit Pa'ar V'yit Romam V'yit Naseh V'yit Hadar V'yit Halev V'yit Halal Shemei Dekudisha Baruchu Le'elam Min Kol Birchata B'shirata Tush B'chata V'nechamata Damiram Be'alma V'imru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen.
Amen.
May the one who makes peace above send peace down upon us and to all Israel. And together we all say,
Amen.
Amen.
Shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom. Amen.
We do have another member of our clergy who is with us. She is always with us, and the Menorah community knows that she's always busy making everything happen. But every once in a while, she is able to, well, she's always multitasking, but Rabbi Rebecca Yasmin is so much a part of our team and is going to lead us in Kiddush.
Wait, just before Rabbi Yasmin leads us in Kiddush, just one note is that after we are randomly going to create breakout rooms. So what we're going to do is, and it's purposely random because we want you to commingle with one another. So at very least, if you just kind of put yourself together, put your Shabbat finest on, even though we're all wearing sneakers, I'm actually just wearing socks. But whatever is, we'd love for you to turn on your camera so we can look into each other's faces and say hello to people after the Kiddush in the breakout rooms. And be sure to introduce yourself and maybe share something about a source of togetherness. That's sort of the theme that we kind of Shabbat together. So maybe address like how we can be brought together as people, as Jews, as Americans, as the South Bay Jewish community. Hi, Nomi. How are you, sweetie?
Gone.
Like that. That was my son. He was here for like 30 seconds. So please stick around. And then usually I know that we would have announcements from each of these communities. All of our communities are doing really wonderful, awesome things. And you should go to everything, not only at your own synagogue, but at all 3 synagogues.
Yes.
Those are the announcements.
Al Regel Echad.
Right, exactly.
Those are the announcements. Very, very good. Yes, it's so good to be together. And maybe before we go into those breakout rooms, we can just take a moment, just like a minute, just like we did at the beginning when everyone unmuted and just greeted each other. It's such an amazing sight to scroll through the many, many screens to see each other, old friends and new, and then we'll go into our oneg rooms. Rabbi Rebecca.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho ve'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit Ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim Ki vanu v'acharta otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim B'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Hold it up. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. L'chaim.
L'chaim. All right, now let's all unmute. Just imagine you're at the beach and we're eating melted ice cream sandwiches together. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Hey, don't leave and miss out on fun.
Beautiful job,
Live TV on Facebook.
Shabbat shalom.
Everybody.
Hello, is anyone here having trouble getting into a room?
No, I actually forgot we were going into a room. I thought it was ending, so I was trying to leave, but then you got me back. I got back.
Okay, let me see what's going on. You should have been invited to a room.
Well, you know, that's what it is. As I was hitting leave, it said breakout room 11, but I was hitting leave. But you know what? It's actually better I'm not in a room because I have a date with my husband right now.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Okay.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye.
Do either of you need help getting into a room? Gladys, can I help you? You're muted, so I can't hear you. Hello? Do you need help being in a room?